think running a day spa is all massages and relaxation? There is nothing relaxing about owning a day spa, but we're here to help. Serious spa owners know that being in the spa business isn't for the weak. It takes hard work, planning, and just a bit of luck. We should know because we've owned a successful day spa for over 20 years. Now we're opening up our playbooks and giving you the business insights to run your day spa rather than letting it run you. This is a Spapreneur podcast with Lynn Graves and Ramona Rice.
Sassy.
Yeah! I gotta give a shout out to a new listener.
Oh, we only have one?
Well,
We got bunches, but this one is so cute.
Yes, because she reached out. Her name's Kiki. She's an esthetician, and she.
How can you not love a name like Kiki?
Kiki is great, and oh my god, she looks. So I did do some cyber stalking. Here, I'll show you what she looks like because I clicked her thing. She looks like Meghan Markle. Like, look at her. Oh no! She looks like who's on Scandal? Carrie, what's her name?
No, yeah, I know who you're talking about. No, she does look like Meghan Markle. How pretty is she?
Yeah, and her skin's fabulous. Which look, if you go to an esthetician, they have shitty skin.
Yeah, you got. Well, that's not fair. And we're not going to do that because some of them have medical conditions.
That's different, but you know what I'm talking
about. And they're
about.
into the skin. Yeah, but they're into the skin because
I've never seen an esthetician with bad
I
skin.
have, and it's kind of like a counselor being a counselor because they had such a troubled childhood.
That's different. They've gotten their shit together, but
not all of them.
Oh, well, you should not go to that counselor.
Okay, we had May Massacre, so I'm going to finish up May Massacre, and then I'm going to fling my panties into
Hold on a second. We have trash going on outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
No, I doubt they can hear it.
Hopefully not, but yes.
Thank God for our trash men. Imagine what our streets would look like without it.
Trash men deserve their own holiday.
They really do.
Because they do stuff I don't want to.
Accolades, and they need thank yous because they do a lot of shitty work.
And I remember when AJ was super little. Addison never got into the garbage truck, but Anderson, every week he would just stand there. Garbage truck, fire truck. Oh my God. He graduates from elementary school this year.
Oh my God. Yes. And he's getting bigger in all places, according to him.
He has hair in places I didn't want to know about.
Oh, God. It's a good thing that we have a fairly open household that we can talk about this crap.
This is important that you make your children feel comfortable about talking about their bodies because that means no one will violate them.
That's right. So, and we work with bodies, so how difficult can this be?
Yeah, well, it's still pretty fucking difficult. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go on. May Massacre.
May Massacre. And you're Ramona Rice.
Hi.
I'm Lynn Graves. We are the Spapreneur. Sometimes we get so excited doing this, we forget to introduce ourselves. If you don't know who we are by now, shame on you.
Yeah, shame.
So, May Massacre. This is how my week went down. Now, I already talked about the air conditioner that didn't get fixed during an unexpected, very hot phase. Now that it's fixed, we have no humidity and we're in the high 70s. Okay, great.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, that is. But May, somehow, every year, it seems like shit goes
always
wrong.
After Mother's Day.
It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just like people have lost their minds and things are going on.
I just think, honestly, people have given up by May.
I don't know, but no. Some of these just are anyway. So we've got this one woman. She doesn't come in very often. She's a young girl, and I get this message from Lyric saying, this woman came in. I put on the notes that she wanted relaxation massage, and that's not what one of our girls gave her. She told her that her neck was really tight. She came in, she was stiff. So our little girl worked on her, and she even came out rebooked with her. And then the next day was so sore. We told her she was going to be so sore that she went to the Doc in a Box, and she got some muscle relaxers, and then she went to her regular doctor, got a couple of shots to help relieve it, and she's calling, and Lyric says, and she's crying on the phone. And she's telling me that she doesn't know what she can do, and she just wants her money back. So I'm at a point of saying, well, part of that money was a gift certificate. It was $50. The other part went on her card. So we'll give her her money that she put on the card back. So she calls again later in the day, and I said, okay, I will call her back. This has gotten out of hand. So I call her back, and as I'm listening to her, she's young, and then she says to me those really scary words, I am so sore, and I'm a nurse. And I think to myself, well, here's problem number one. You think you know more than we do. And she says, and I'm so sore I had to miss 2.5 days of work. I'm sorry. That didn't come from a massage. These are things I'm thinking. And I'm going out of the country in a couple of weeks, and I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to go out of the country. Oh, so God I said, Almighty. Could you describe to me where you're hurting? Well, it's right between my shoulder blades, and it's making me stiff, and my neck is super stiff, and I can't move. Folks, that's not muscle. That is a skeletal issue. And I said to her very boldly, because I was starting to get irritated with her, I said, look, you're a nurse. You're probably not going to take this advice, but I'm going to give you this advice anyway. I said, you need to go see a chiropractor. If you won't see a chiropractor, you need to see a physical therapist, because this is in your skeletal system. It's not in the muscle system. But I'm so sore. I just can't do anything. And I just don't know if I'm going to be able to go out of the country. And I said to her, in my mind, I'm saying, you know what? I just want this fucking woman out of here. I said, you know what? I'm sorry you had that experience with us. And I'm sorry that emotionally that we let you down. I'm going to put all that money and give that back to you, because I want her out of there at this point. I don't want her back. So we gave her $80 back in cash.
That she
voided that gift certificate.
Wow.
And then she proceeds to tell me that I've been to other places too, and I've never been this sore. Then you need to go back to them. I don't care where it is. You become their problem, not ours. And I put a restriction on her. Well, that was bad enough. Then we have this crazy woman, old woman, who, if you're German, please do not get offended by this, but sometimes we just got to find our sense of humor. Her last name is Schwarzkopf. So Lyric calls her the Nazi because she is not nice. We have 2 pedicure bowls and a manicure station.
And we advertise it as a semi-private manicure suite.
Yes.
Because it is semi-private.
But she, first of all, was angry because, oh, God forbid, Kay took 10 days off because her parents came in from Japan to see their granddaughter and her daughter graduate from college.
And we warned all the clients it was happening.
They all knew this was going down.
Yes.
And all Betty could do was bitch, bitch, bitch. So much so that Kay was over behind the other desk, ducked down because she did not want to see Betty while she was bitching.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. This is why Michelle is always my favorite, because when her clients...
Michelle will take them on.
Michelle, when her clients act up to the front desk, she will say, you do that again, you're not on my table anymore.
Yes.
And that right there, as pain in the ass Michelle can be, that's amazing.
Okay, so that is bad enough. And then,
wait, there's a third?
Oh, wait a minute. No, so Betty tells them that I want that room to myself. And finally, Lyric said the magic words I've been telling him to say all this time is, Betty, I will let you have that room by yourself. Oh, and it wasn't just by herself. She didn't want Nam in there. Who's Vietnamese? And I thought that was a little bit racial, but I let it go because maybe it's not. And I don't want Nam in there. And he said, Betty, you can rent out the whole suite and pay the cost for it, but I can't guarantee that unless you do that. You go, Larry, you go. So when she came in to get her manicure, pedicure, this was all over. Well, she was coming out from something else. And, I don't know whether she got waxed or something by Kay, but Kay was over there hiding. Maybe she just came walking in to make the appointment. When she checked out the next day, I made a point of sitting at that front desk, and I find it's amazing when I'm sitting out there.
Amazing how well behaved
they
are.
They are so nice and smiley and just wonderful. Okay, so no AC. We got crazy nurse woman who I gave the money back because I don't want her. We've got, Nazi woman. And then one of our favorite doctors who we love, she's been very wonderful, but she's high end and she's very demanding.
She thinks like a general's wife.
And she wanted to come in and see Kay. Now, this is not the first time we've heard the bitching. Well, what do you mean there's no spots available? There needs to be a spot available. Lyric, you will put this in my notes that when I call, you will find a place for me and you will make sure that those are in the notes and that this is just unacceptable to me. And unfortunately, she lives right down the road from me. She's already told me, I almost came to your house. And I said to her, that's fine. I'll have a drink in my hand for you. And she went off on him. I finally walked back to Kay and I said, Kay, you've got some of the bitchiest clients I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And the worst part was we accommodated her. And I wish we hadn't because we set a precedence.
Yeah.
She did come in and apologize later in the day to Lyric. She's a high-stressed physician for no other reason.
She's an ER doctor.
But for no other reason than she allows that stress into her life.
She likes being stressed.
Yeah, but don't take it out on my front desk.
Yeah, that goes back to that rule: the client's never right, but the expectations. Once you set something down, they're going to expect to be able to do that all the time until you put your foot down, like the Nazi.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So guess what?
I'm going to have some words with Betty. If she doesn't stop it, I told Kay. I said, Kay, some of these clients are going to get fired if they don't cut it out. So, and Betty's going to get fired. She's going to be going someplace else if she doesn't cut it out.
And good luck finding any other nail salon that doesn't have a Vietnamese person. Come on.
Well, I don't know that's why.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's the man thing. I don't care.
I don't care either.
It's not her business.
So Lyric has a little side, like a little massage envy boy that wants to come work for us. He does everything based off of Lifetime movies because he calls him the Lifetime serial killer. Because of his eyes. I'm the crazy aunt.
Yeah, you are the crazy aunt. Listen to me very carefully. I think you guys just need a big vat of BBG spray. I want to give a shout out really fast.
I love BBG. I need to get some.
Okay, here's the deal. Somebody reached out to me. I met her in Dallas last year. Her name's Michelle Snelling. I will put a link to her in the show notes. This is episode 48 of the podcast.
Wow.
Yes, I know. She sent me very lovingly for free a custom blend essential oil.
I smelled it. It's awesome.
It is amazing. A custom blend essential oil and I'm sorry, Ceci's looking out the window. And a spray.
The trash man kept going on and on and on. I'm thinking, okay, there's not that much trash out there. No, as it would be, we have a leaf grinder chipper upper outside.
Of course we do.
I don't know if y'all can hear it. We can, but it's like a buzz in our ear.
It's loud. It'll be okay. John
but
from
BBG spray.
John from Audio Editing Solutions will try to help as much as he can because he's
just letting y'all into the closet
magical.
of our lives.
He deserves all the women's boobs pressed up against him. Anyway, for what he does. Anyway, so Michelle Snelling, she reached out to me for my birthday, made me a custom blend. It's a mixture of like grapefruit and it's just it's
she
incredible.
knows how to blend well. My girlfriend Julene knows how to blend really well. She'll take like 7 different
but Michelle is an artist. She is truly an aromatherapy master. So if you're looking for a very customized blend with high quality oils, I highly suggest reaching out to her.
So we need to make it BBG spray.
Yes.
Explain to them what is
bitch be gone.
No, but y'all call it something else.
Blissful blackberry galore. Because at Bath & Body Works, I've mentioned this story on the podcast, but I'll do it again. When I worked for Bath & Body Works, and Lochalane, let me tell you, I've seen women fight over the last bottle of Vanilla Bean Noel. I mean, I'm serious. People get super bitchy when it comes to Bath & Body Works stuff because that place at holiday time is crazy, okay? So a lot of my stuff that I've learned about business actually came from there, not because the products were
That's
were
a good
great.
place to go and do chair massages at Christmas and sell gift certificates if they'd let you.
Yeah, seriously. Because
I don't know that they will.
And I don't think you want to. But I learned a lot about systems and why they're important because you need your systems in place for when the clients are fucking crazy.
Yeah, you do. So BBG spray. We need to get some because we've had our share of.
Yeah. If you don't want to go to Michelle, we've got Jason at Frontier.
Oh my God, I love Jason. He's always giving me free stuff and extra stuff.
I had my own May Massacre. I've mentioned it. Some of you who are in the Facebook group know this. Spapreneur.com was down for like 3 days. I bitched out HostGator.
No.
This was tragic.
She walked around bitching around this house so much, I finally had to cut her off. It was like, okay, I'm trying to handle 2 of your houses and stop it.
DuPont does it too, okay? I'm
ignoring all of you guys. I'm going to go get my own BBG spray.
They are really grinding some trees out there.
They're making mulch.
Hooray, yay mulch. Anyway, so the point is that when you have massacres and things like that, this is what you do. Sometimes you got to shut it down.
Yeah, you really do.
Because sometimes you can't do anything about it.
Well, like my doctor, I know she's high end, and she really does, her and her husband, spend a lot of money. And when we've had crisis in our family, I've been able to reach out to her and ask her questions. She's been there for me, and she came back and apologized.
That's the biggie.
That's a biggie. But Nazi? I don't know about her. She's starting to piss me off a little bit too much, and I'm going to set her down. And then we had...
You know, it's the little old ladies.
Well, no. I had Arnold Abrams. I shouldn't have said the name.
Well,
bleep that out, please.
Yeah,
but
he's always a pain in the ass.
No. He would come in, and he would just not be nice to Lyric. And finally, one night, Lyric flipped around, because I gave him permission to do this. I told him, take him on. And he said, Arnold, what have I done to make you dislike me so much? And Arnold said, nothing. I'm sorry. No, I like you. He said, well, you just act like you don't like me. Lyric has this guy eating out of his hands now.
Good.
So sometimes they don't realize they're treating you. And it's interesting to me that as the owner, Arnold's wife, Elaine, will come in and she will throw some airs around if I'm not there. Now, I have seen her do it to my youngest daughter, but I kind of gave her permission. She got haughty and in her face, and this was about her decision to make going into the nursing field. She said, you got to do this, thus, such, and the other. She was in her face with it. And that was fine in front of me. But that's the only time she's done it in front of me. But she does that when I'm not there to some of the staff. And she'll tell them, and I'm going to tell Lynn about it. But she never brings it up to me, and she never acts like that when I'm there.
Imagine that.
Because I will take them on. So I'm starting to empower Lyric lovingly without emotion. You know, there's that thing again. Do not get emotional about these words and this decision. Just decide, do I want to put up with this or not? Take your emotion out and just say, you need to not talk to me in that tone of voice. Now, I'll go back to the story of when Home Depot so screwed up my order, but I gave them every chance in the book. Yes. And by the time I got to them, I was emotional. I was pissed off. Their mistake was taking it emotionally. And she told me, you're not going to use that tone of voice with me. I've already given you guys a chance. So you got to work around it some, but don't take abuse.
Yeah, don't take abuse, and don't let your staff take abuse.
Especially if it's not your fault. If it's your fault, okay,
a little
be
bit,
a big person and take it on.
But at some point, enough. You know, it's
but let them vent. If it's your fault, you let them vent, and you look at them and you diffuse it by going, you're right.
Other things you don't have to put up with, you know, I've told this story probably before, but when I would work the front desk, especially at the very beginning, some people didn't realize I was Lynn's daughter, because I call her Lynn at the office, and it's a separation thing. And when I'm talking to other people, Lynn wants this and that sort of thing. So I'm talking, the client wants to get on Lynn's table. Well, I knew at that point, Mom had already started really weaning down clients. This is the best story. And, you know, the woman was like, I know her so well, and we've been friends. Again, I'm her daughter. I'm like, I don't know who this woman is at all. She's going on. And I'm like, well, I'm so sorry. Lynn is not taking any other clients right now. Well, I don't believe you. And I want to speak to Lynn, and you don't know Lynn as well as I do. And that's when I said, I'm like, well, actually, I came out of Lynn's vagina, so I'm pretty sure I know her pretty well. But I'll let Mom give you a call.
Oh, God.
Mom never had to tell me I wasn't allowed to talk back to the client.
No, that would have been like corralling a cat, a herd of cats. No, that didn't work.
But sometimes you have to do it with a sense of humor. If you have that tone of voice, like I was really great at Bath and Body Works, or places where you have to line people up, and I would corral them and keep them entertained. Angela purposely did that because I had just enough ways of saying things that I could get away with it because of the way I said it. Some people are born with that. That is me. Other times, though, but you know, even you, my mild, meek massage therapists and estheticians, you don't have to put up with abuse.
Well, Julene had a totally different way of doing it. Now, here's what's funny. Julene comes off all sweet and nicey and everything else, but there's a rod of steel inside that woman.
Yes,
you don't want to
is.
take her on because she will stand up.
Do you remember at her wedding? This is the best Julene moment ever. So she's at the wedding, she's getting married, and then the whole pastor does, and anybody have anything against this? And she looked at that crowd with that side glare like I've never seen before. And I was like, damn, okay. But nobody say anything or you're going to get cut.
But she will take disgruntled clients and she'll take their hands and she'll hold and she'll say, I'm so sorry you feel that way. And I just wish it wasn't that way, but this is the way we've got to do it. See, you might be more that kind of personality. You're still getting your point, but
use your strengths. Yeah. Her strength is
honestly,
being calm
I
and
can
sweet.
cut people a look and they know they fucked up.
Yeah, I know the look.
It's the mother look. It's the perfected mother look.
Yeah, you got it. So me, I do it with a little bit of sarcasm and snark. and try to get away with it. I've done it before where I had one little bitchy girl, sorority girl from like CNU, and she really wanted to be in one room, and I couldn't get her in there.
Christopher Newport University,
which is a great university. I couldn't get her in, and she like the room she wanted, and I'm like, but I could get her into like 3 other rooms. I could have moved the therapist from that room to another. I decided not to because that would be a pain in my schedule, and why should I? That's an unreasonable accommodation. So she's like, well, I want to speak to the manager. Okay, put her on hold for like 5 minutes. Hi, you're the same person. Oh my God, imagine that. And that's what I said. And she's like, well, I don't want to come here anymore. I'm like, okay.
So you can't let them abuse if you have front desk people, no.
Stand up for your front desk people.
You must back your front desk people
Ian,
because you need their loyalty.
Yeah, Ian, this is something that this is why I got out of corporate retail. They would put a policy in place, and then the customer, we would enforce that policy at the store. The customer would complain, and we would get in trouble. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So if you have a coupon that expires and your front desk enforces that, back them up.
Yes.
If you have a cancellation policy, back them up.
The cancellation policy, I don't let them make the decision unless it's blatant.
Right.
If it's not blatant, then they have to go through me. We also have a new policy in our place that y'all heard the story about some girls that were cussing and cutting up and the client left. Well, we also had another complaint of one of my most senior therapists, and the girl said, I work 4 jobs, and this therapist went, fuck. And which was so unexpected out of her mouth. Well, the daughter told the mother, and the mother's a good client, and she complained, so we gave her money back.
And the therapist is paying for it.
Yes. So it's a new chargeback line that they're getting. I don't make a profit, but they're not making money off me either. When our little girl hurt the nurse that I had to give the money back to, the mistake was made because she wanted to fix her. We do not fix outside of our scope of practice. She did not do relaxation. She didn't listen to her hands. So she's getting a charge back. So on that level, I go and talk to them and I explain it. Sometimes I eat it when I think the client's being unreasonable, but
sure,
we just want to get rid of them. But I'm putting it back onto the therapist. But my front desk staff, what I'll do is if they're getting abused and they do something or they do something I don't agree with, I'll let it go until I have them quietly, and I'll say, okay, that was great. It's okay. Like the woman who we cussed and they gave her money back, right, and then she still complained. I laughed. I said, guys, that was nice. I said, I wouldn't have given her money back. So in the future, you might want to think about that,
Right, but they still made the good call right then.
They made the good call right then, and I backed them. When they make a call that is not the same kind of call, I would just say,
it's a teachable
next
moment.
time, you might want to think blah, blah, blah. So,
right.
Yeah.
The other thing you have to consider, and I had a train of thought, but the grinder is still going on.
And my thumb, the thenar eminence. Isn't that when the palm of your hand itches, you get money? I'm going to get some money.
Yay!
I'm going to get some money.
We like money. We just don't fuck with it.
No, we don't fuck with it.
We don't fuck with it. But yeah, client abuse. And if this is why also, remember the last episode 47, we talked about making time in your business. This is why if you're a solo practitioner or if you're room renting, you don't have a desk, whatever it is, you have to have that block of time so you can be in business mode. So if you have to tell a client no and stop that, you're in that business mode. You have to almost like be a split personality. There's business mode and therapist mode. They're two different. That's the glory of having a front desk, is that our therapists rarely have to be in that business mode.
That's true, but I'm making them go in business mode because a little boy who still wants to work for me, according to all the rumor mill, even though he's not talked to us because he turned our job down.
He turned us down.
I've decided that I don't need to talk to him anymore, and that really they need to tell him, Lynn's not going to see you. You need to go away. I just don't want to deal with him. But see, all that got started because he was being very vocal at the front desk the very first time he walked in, and I could hear it from my office, and I went up there to rescue Lyric, trying to find out what's going on. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just in general in life, look, the gatekeepers are receptionists and front desk people. Be extra nice to them. If you need a favor, if you want to get in, bring them cookies
or donuts
or
coffee or lunch
or just thank you for doing such a good job.
Yeah, occasionally that works, but bribing them works even better.
Works too. I'm just saying, just please back up your front desk. This wasn't what we were supposed to talk about today, but I'm glad we talked about this instead.
Yeah,
this is way better.
I'm telling you, and people and part of it are the people. This is the strange thing: are the ones that have been there with you a long time. They get sometimes a little too comfortable, and you have to remind them, I love you, but you can't do that to my staff. You need to back off. If you have an issue, God help me, I did this with Javi. Javi had issues because he couldn't get in on the same day. So I finally broke down and gave him my phone number so that when he wants to bitch, he can call me. Sometimes you have to give out your personal number and say, look, when you're really in angst, you call me. Now, am I going to give it to the Nazi lady? No.
Hell no.
No, she has unreasonable demands. But another lady that Kay ended up firing because she changed her appointments too often for Kay, and honestly, I think Kay was going through menopause and just overreacted.
Well, and again, Kay was still grieving her husband. Remember that?
That's true.
Yeah.
So Marcia somehow still had my personal number, and she reached out to me, and I was able to reassure her she's still a wonderful, loving client. So, sometimes you just got to work around these clients, but these are clients that really aren't owner clients. They're family.
Okay, let's talk about owner clients for a minute. Owner clients are really those exceptional clients. I would classify our DJ as an owner client.
Well, no, I have some that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and they still think they're owners.
But I
got one that's demanding I have chocolate there when he comes in.
That's David? Is this Buddy?
No.
Which one's that?
It's Dale. I finally had to sit him down. He's a marathon runner. I'm like, Dale, we are all on diets around here, and that's just not a good thing to have here, and it's bad. So if you want chocolate, you got to bring it in yourself. Now, I said it with a smile and a glint in my eye. But the point is, I've got almonds in my office if you want some of those.
These clients drive me crazy.
But you just have to know their personalities. But these are the owners that want to tell me how to run the business, even though they don't know how to run it.
Smartest thing
themselves.
to do is just go, and then just keep going.
Well, and like with Sandy, when she wanted the tea area.
Oh, my God.
It was like, Sandy, if you pay me the kind of money you paid that fancy spa, I'll be glad to do that.
If the Nazi wants that nail suite all to herself, pay for it.
However, when Joyce came out of the bathroom and said, y'all need to clean that bathroom, it's dirty, I went, yes, ma'am. Because she was probably right. So we did it. So we respond to the owners depending on their personalities and what they're trying to get us to do.
And if they're nice to us most times, which Joyce always was.
Most of these are family. Yeah. They've been with me, a lot of them, 23 years. Some of them, I would say at least 15, the majority of these. This particular woman that's given Kay such a fit has traveled and followed Kay several places, but that does not mean you're allowed to abuse. I know you want Kay, but don't be abusing my front desk staff, and it doesn't help. I really sense some prejudice in her that she keeps well tamped down. Lyric's black. So maybe that's what's setting off. There's no proof in any of this. There's no confirmation. I could be completely wrong, but I'm watching.
Right.
I'm watching. And it's like,
given her age,
I know. So now Robin, on the other hand, our physician,
she's just nuts.
She is a self-imposed stressed out person.
Yes. She will never be stress free.
No, it's just who she is. Oh my God, the tree people just stopped. It got quiet in here.
The house is vibrating.
Oh God. So you got to pick and choose some of your clients, but don't be afraid to get in your client's face and say, I'm sorry, but you're not going to do this.
Just like you would if someone were sexually harassing you in your office. All of you are really good about saying no and stop that when a guy does that.
I sexually harass them back.
Okay, yeah.
And I get dirtier than they do, and they can't handle it, and they go, okay, you win.
All right. That's the exception, not the rule. Let's be very clear on that. Shut it down. Just it's same thing with client
abuse. That's only with my older men.
Shut it down.
They can't get it up anyway.
Shut it down, Ceci. Shut down the abuse. Seriously. Don't let them walk all over you. But, if you had a May Massacre, we want to hear about it. This is, again, episode...
And we now have a cussing jar at our office, and I'm going to owe it so much money, but we're having to learn not to cuss because now we've had 2 complaints on cussing because of the fuck word.
I am not going into the office.
Damn.
That's how I'm avoiding it.
Damn. It sucks.
Well, I think, I don't know anymore.
The world is a crazy place. Thank God I have my quiet room at De-Stress.
Yes, we do have a quiet room. Not a safe room. We should get a panic room at De-Stress.
Summer has begun. So start thinking about changing out your decor to bright colors and happy and sparkly.
Change out, if you're a nail tech, change out your lotions to be lemon, lime, and
change
citrus.
Some things out and
offer some great peels that help with you estheticians with sun damage, and start educating your clients with sun damage.
Go
Sell
buy
sunscreen at
some
retail.
flowers that reflect summertime, even if you have an indoor space.
Daisies,
Yeah,
sunflowers.
let's lighten all this up. Wear brighter colors.
Change out your heavy blanket to a lighter quilt.
Yes.
All these things can work. And we can finally announce Ceci Spapreneur Live.
Spapreneur Live. Okay.
We can finally announce it.
Okay. I don't know much about it myself, folks. I just go along with whatever she says.
Here's the deal. If you were on my June 1st live call, you heard about it first in the community, but it's Spapreneur Live is our first ever live mastermind event. Ceci and myself will be hosting 35. Actually,
I'm bringing a case
of stuff.
Yes.
We actually only have 34 spots right now because we've already sold one. But we'll be hosting you guys in Washington, D.C., in the nation's capital at the section called The Wharf. It is absolutely
we're talking
beautiful.
about having a pajama party so that we can all tell the horror stories together.
Seriously.
This will be an unrecorded portion of the event.
Yeah, no. There will be no witnesses to this. But it's all about planning for 2019 and getting together with like-minded spapreneurs. I've got some great speakers, including my very first business coach, Michelle Pippin, has graciously decided to come and speak.
She's awesome.
She is amazing.
She really is. She helped. We did our own little masterminds together. We would go away for the weekend with the whole family and her and put together. That was when your late husband made a Molotov cocktail to burn some firewood and blew up. Yes.
Also, Amber Duggar will be there, my favorite fantastic.
So these are not massage therapists. These are people that are going to help you on the business end of things.
Right. We're not talking about modalities. I'm sure we'll rub on each other because we can't help it. That many massage and estheticians around the world. Pores will be squeezed.
Not mine. Stay away.
Muscles will be rubbed. You can't help it. I know you guys. I've seen all of you get together.
We're touchy-feely.
But the whole point is to get together and plan out your 2019 with myself and Ceci. We will hopefully be doing a live episode of the podcast.
It'll also help us get to know your personalities a little bit more because there's that energy that goes on to see you in phase and to feel the energy going back and forth. So it's going to, and October in our area is beautiful.
Yeah, the fall leaves. We're going to be, you can take a water taxi, see all the major sites. So you can see the Lincoln Memorial. We've got great views. The hotel is
really great rates. Everything's going to be done.
Yes. So go to episode. So it's spapreneur.com/048. The link for Spapreneur Live will be there. Guys, I'm not kidding. It is limited to 35 people. This will sell out.
Yeah, it will, and we don't
want anything more.
That.
No, and honestly, the price is just to cover our costs. We're not actually making any profit off of this thing. The reason we're doing it is, one, to see if we like hosting live events, because it seems a little stressful to me. I'm not even going to lie. I'm really nervous about it. But two, I really want to empower 35 spapreneurs for 2019 to be your absolute
We're planting our seeds, and we're planting our tree and growing roots, and that's what it takes to do this. I haven't talked about that in a long time, but this is a root. This is a planting season. So we're planting our stuff, and
we're going to harvest in the fall.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So there are payment plans available. Rates will go up. It's early bird price right now. Rates will go up July 1st. So if you're going to do it now. Do a payment plan. If you need to work out a longer payment plan, email me directly, hello@spapreneur.com, and let's talk about it. I am not lowering the rates, though. I can't. I have to cover my costs, guys.
Right. Yes.
So don't ask. It's not going to happen. And also, who's this event for? This is an event for that spapreneur who's ready to take action in her business. Don't come
to be an owner.
Yeah. This is not an excuse to come meet Ceci and myself. Yes, we'll be there, and yes, we'll be fun. But you're going to be working at this event.
Hell, I'm going to be like, oh my God, it's Amber Duggar. Oh my God, I'm so. Can I have your autograph?
Yeah. Yes, Amber Duggar will be there, and a couple other great speakers. I just have to finalize them. I'm really excited.
Can you take my children and raise them?
She already did. She already did. Anyway, go to spapreneur.com /048 for all the details. And reminder, we're still taking submissions for our 50th episode. We won't be recording it for another week. So, actually, no. By the time you guys get this episode, we'll already record it.
Yes.
So never mind.
Never mind.
Anyway, but guys, seriously, don't take any abuse.
No. And if you do, just decide if they're worth it as a client to keep them or not.
And no client's worth that much abuse. After a while,
one time being abused is okay, but Nazi Woman's done this quite a few times.
After a while, you will get to the point when you're that successful, and when you know, here's the difference. And this is why when business owners know their value and their worth, they know where their money comes from, they can make smart, intelligent decisions, including letting a client go.
Yeah. And making that decision unemotionally.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an important little sidekick to that.
That's why knowing the numbers is really important. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Need more actionable steps to get your spa headed in the right direction? Head to Spapreneur.com, where we've got the tools, tricks, and methods to making your spa as successful as it can be. Spapreneur.com.